Hello and welcome to the Bear Pit Pod. We are back after a week absence. Craigie, where were you? Why couldn't we do last week?
My fault, wasn't it, that? Oh man, straight up. So I was best man at a wedding. You're not happy with the table?
It's a bit of a wobbly table. Let's do a wobbly table.
So I was best man at a wedding and thus not able to go to the game.
James Alcott's
James
wedding.
Alcott
you
from
might
Ball
know him
Street.
from Ball Street. Great touch for a big lad. Your other podcast.
Yeah, well plugged, yeah. My other podcast, Great Touch for a Big Lad. Download on iTunes. It was his wedding.
And you were best man.
I was best man.
So you had real duties.
I mean, I love Stoke, but you need to draw a line every now and then.
But, you know, sometimes real life takes over.
Priority, doesn't it?
And you have to do things, duties, tasks.
But it was lovely because we won. Had a good time at the wedding. The speech went well, so I'm told. So it was good. It was a nice little boost for the weekend.
Was it a good speech?
I think, yeah, I'd say so. You can't say it was
Did you
amazing.
make him cry? You make him laugh?
A bit of both, so I heard. I was just focusing on not messing it up.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really focus on anything else.
You didn't have any big stunt like the one I did?
No, I didn't.
No, good.
No. I
That's a nightmare.
wasn't thinking outside the box like that. It was just gag, a bit of emotion, gag, a bit of emotion.
Good.
Ushers look nice, bridesmaids look nice.
All that
Wife, you look
compliments,
lovely.
dish the compliments out.
And then you're out of there.
And
then you can
you're
finally
done.
enjoy your night because it is horrendously nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
it's
a bit.
horrible.
It is.
Horrible.
Obviously,
but good boost.
Obviously, because we didn't do a podcast last week, we probably should recap as well the Chelsea game before we look into anything that happened this weekend. Chelsea game, we had no defence. I can't really blame it on anyone.
Not really. And it's weird, the Chelsea game. I came away and I was annoyed that we lost 4-0 and all the rest of it, but I thought it sounds daft, I dare say, I think we played alright. As alright as you can play to a point.
Yeah,
losing
I mean, we
4-0.
had chances.
We
I was
did.
on the kickoff covering it live on the True Geordies YouTube channel for the kickoff show, and I had my head in my hands a lot of the time, but it wasn't from when we conceded really early on to the Morata goal.
Yeah.
But then, we were dominating plays.
We did
certain
really.
spells.
We had a lot of the ball. I mean, we weren't creating chances willy-nilly, but we did have decent chances here and there. I mean, the only question I've got is how much did Chelsea really need to put the foot down? They went 1-0 up quickly, instantly sat back. We pressed, went 2-0 up, and I don't know, maybe if they really put the foot down, they could have really put us to the sword. I can't work out if it was a case of us playing well and keeping them at bay, or just they couldn't be arsed after 2-0.
Towards the end, I think it was just the defensive
Glenn Johnson show
injuries
started.
took its toll, and when Bruno had to come off as well, Darren Fletcher had to slot in, and he really showed that he's not a centre back when Morata took him on for the was it the hat trick? No, the second goal.
Morata's not that quick, but he looked like
he
Bolt.
made Darren Fletcher look like he's running in shit.
Yeah, he did a bit.
But yeah, it was a great finish round Jack, and then he got his third, he got the hat trick. And what a testament to Morata, really, because he really looks a player, and he's just got injured, so he's out for like 6 weeks now.
Just in time for the game that didn't happen the other week. No, whatever. I mean, I thought Shaq played well. I think Shaq is really starting. I always assumed that him and Arnie got on. I don't know why, but in the dressing room and on the pitch also. But since Arnie's gone, I kind of get the impression that Shaq's stepping up a little bit. I think he's taking that on the mantra of the main man. And he's not only kind of dominate a little bit. Maybe I'm reading into that and making assumptions, but that's what it feels like to me. I mean, Shaq is looking like the man.
Shaq is looking very, very good, very bright.
Our creative linchpin at the moment.
Yeah,
when the ball gets to him, there's a bit of space. He's got the quality. And I'm enjoying Shaq this season.
Well, I feel like he's really stepped into the Arnie role of being our talismanic player.
Yeah, and I like his passion on the pitch as well.
Oh yeah, he showed.
Saw that on Saturday. He went.
We'll get into that.
Bonkers.
We will get into that, but he did go absolutely bonkers when he got the assist.
I like to see.
Before we do go into the Southampton game, I thought we should mention, for those of you watching on YouTube, we've got a nice, where is this? Picturesque background this week.
Basically, yeah, we got, for the YouTube viewers, we used to have the Italian in the background with the Bear Pit logo and whatnot. That's not happened.
But I forgot my adapter for my Mac.
Your adapter. So we've got what looks like a Swiss town in the summertime. Or
it's fucking beautiful, to be fair.
It's stunning. It's stunning in 4K.
I wish I'm there, or I wish I was there one time in my life, because it looks beautiful.
There's opportunities, yeah. But yeah, if you really want to see a lovely picturesque view,
get on the
hop
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Well worth it. But that will be sitting there throughout the rest of the video, so please do take in that view.
I like it.
Take in that view.
I like it.
So the Southampton game this weekend, Mama, you've got us off as we were alluding to before, Shaqiri with the corner kick in.
Good header.
Free
really
header.
Unusual tight header. It wasn't like he had a lot of space to really project his head onto the ball. It was like poof, at him.
Yeah, it was
to react really quickly. That's Dufy at his best. He doesn't have to think about what he's doing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. If you give him 5 minutes, he's clean through on goal. He can't do it.
Yeah, Dufy beating the offside trap with like 50 yards to run.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's thinking. But love him. I'm loving him. I think was it Dufy, or there was an article which stated he could be like a bit of a cult hero for Stoke, and he's getting quite like a reputation as everyone loves Dufy, and he's really adapted to that role. He's shown himself to be a better footballer than I think people gave him credit for.
I still think he's got a lot to work on tackling wise.
He definitely has, which is understandable.
But he's filling a gap, and I think Mark Hughes is showing his faith in him by not putting Glenn Johnson in there at the minute, whilst Glenn Johnson's fit.
Yeah,
he's basically saying, Glenn Johnson, you were right back, but Mamadou, who's a striker, is still going to play in your position.
Let's not forget that position is wing back, so there is a lot of attacking requirements for that role. So it's not like we're asking him to be a stonewall defender all of a sudden, and he is going to chip in the odd goal, which is great. And yeah, he's doing well.
And he actually, I think he tweeted after the game as well. He said he doesn't care where it is, goalkeeper, right back, up front. He'll put it all in for the team.
I think he will,
which is great to see.
Yeah, delighted.
Who were your other best performers for the game? Well, actually, before we do that, let's run through the game itself. So then, obviously, Southampton got the equaliser, but before that was Berahino's penalty.
Yeah, we're gonna have to speak about the penalty, aren't we? I feel bad for him because he had a good game.
He didn't play badly apart from that and a couple of shots.
I realised I wasn't there, but I've watched it back since. But he played well. He played really well, I thought, and I think every time he's featured this season, he's played well. But God, I felt that when he missed that. I just
needed that.
God's
just get off the mark.
It was a poor penalty.
Oh yeah, it was the keeper's perfect height.
Yeah, it wasn't in the corner.
I think his body shape was.
He might as well have said to Fraser Foster, "I'm going there."
Yeah,
I'm going there.
Very open body shape, and then he put it at the perfect height for a
save. As a striker yourself, Al, you realise that was a poor penalty.
Oh, very, and there wasn't much power behind it either. No. It was inside of the foot. If you're going to do that, you wait for the keeper to make a move, and then you put it somewhere. Yeah. He's put it there, guessed away. Fraser Foster's guessed the right. I don't think he's even guessed. I think he could read his body language exactly what he was doing.
Very obvious. But you know what? Despite the negativity of missing the penalty, I really think his all-round game is improving a lot. It has improved a lot since last year. I thought he was great against Arsenal. I think he's been good when he's featured, bar Bristol City, but everyone was rubbish. I thought he played well against Southampton. Just the old cliche of cliches. I just think he needs a goal. I do think there's still a quality striker in there. I do not want to throw the towel in with Barry yet.
Okay.
Do you?
No, but when you've got, I don't want to. Obviously, we'll get to the goal, but Peter Crouch keeps knocking on this door, and I think with the goals that he's chipping in with, I think he's at some point he's gonna warrant a start.
I know.
And once he does, then you'd either drop in Chupo or Hesse to the bench, and I think either of them are coming on before Berahino.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the frustration with Berahino was that there was an opportunity here because of injuries and whatnot. Whether he's going to get this sort of opportunity again, it's highly doubtful. Starting against Man City, if people are back.
We'll come on to another thing as well, but it's the Czech Trade Trophy tonight as we're recording, the big one against Rochdale.
Yeah.
Would you have played Berahino in this? I know that he isn't. I know he's not in the starting lineup.
Yeah. Why not?
Just get a goal. Just try and get a goal.
Honestly, I'd get him playing for the under-9s just to get a goal. I really would. I would have hammered him in every single friendly possible.
Yeah.
Got him on penalty duty, just gone for it. And there's a player there. For those that are losing heart,
you still think that player's there?
There is a player there. He just needs the goal, and I've said it so many times. He's got to be given the opportunity. Otherwise, what's the point?
But okay, so to challenge you on that, how long do you persist?
Well, I would have said 6 to 8 weeks of consistent starting, but he's not had that. He started, he was subbed, he didn't feature. So I don't think we've even got into a consistent spell for him to test himself. Honestly, I think I'd start him for the next 4 games.
Next 4?
I really would. I really would if I was used.
Southampton, Man City.
Man City.
Then
Bournemouth.
It is Bournemouth at home.
Watford
away.
And then somebody else after that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'll find out.
I'll leave it.
Someone else.
But yeah,
4 games. I would. Fuck it. 4 games, start him. Because if we're ever going to find out that the striker's there, he needs game time. Otherwise, what's the point? How are we going to find this out?
But the thing is, obviously you would do this. Mark Hughes is in a result-based business.
Yeah.
He's got to play his best team. He's got to try and get wins. He hasn't got I don't think he's got the patience or time to do that.
I think he's contributed enough outside of goals to justify a starting place.
Okay.
I think his hold-up play looks so much better this year. For what we've limited seeing, of course, but I do think his hold-up play is looking miles better. He's looking a lot stronger, leaner. Give him time.
Okay.
I still see the next Mark Steen in there somewhere. I don't know why. But,
I mean, it's dream.
Not to them sort of statistical levels, but I do see that kind of hints of intelligence with the way he moves off the back line. I really do. And I think just have if you really kind of wanted him gone or out of the squad, have a little bit of patience with Berah. He'll get there.
You still want to wait.
And if he doesn't, you can have a go at me at the end of the season. Fill your boots.
Okay. So we'll get ready to do that at the end.
Yeah.
Nah, we'll see. I mean, you know, we've got a whole season ahead, and injuries can happen, all sorts, and you know, there's plenty of time for him to get a goal.
If nothing else, I just want to stick it to West Brom.
Oh yeah, I'd love that.
They're loving this, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fucking reveling in it.
I just want to stick it to them.
They'll be reveling in it.
Yeah.
Then obviously at the game, Peter Crouch comes on, bags the winner. It was the scrappiest of scrappy goals.
I don't think I can love that man anymore than I already can. It's phenomenal. I mean, he comes in, saves us time and time again. He's an ace character to have the club around the city and what else.
He's absolutely brilliant. We may as well go into it now.
What's a finish as well?
Oof, you don't Chupo on the floor like with the assist, break dancing.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Kick it to
Good celebration as well.
Great celebration. Yeah. Belly slide. Haven't seen one of them for a while.
Especially not from a man of that size.
No, full on belly slide. Staff's Uni got some fucking great promotion from being the advertising board. It was right next to.
I always think
the applications for Staff's Uni. I know this is a time of year when people apply to unis as well. Must have shot through the roof. Shot through the roof. But yeah, Peter Crouch, what a guy. He tweeted he tweeted one word and he just said, enjoyable.
Yeah.
We tweeted him off the Bear Pit account saying, love you, Peter Crouch. He liked that, so he saw that as well. I think it's on like 200 likes or something, which is good for a nice Bear Pit post. But what a guy, what a man. He's still doing it at the ripe old age of 34, 35.
36.
Is he 36? 36,
fucking hell.
I thought he was younger.
36.
Still
I think Charlie had him on 5 Live.
He did. He said he could play until he's 40.
Completely agree. He was never quick. His technique.
Well, that's the thing. He can never lose his pace.
He can never.
He's still going to stay big until he starts shrinking when he's like 70.
Yeah, I honestly think he will be in the Premiership post 40.
Do you think he'll still be in the Premier League post 40?
Yeah,
that's a bold claim, Craig.
I do. I think eventually, as Charlie Adams said on 5 Live, I think eventually a promoted club will think we need a bit of experience and they'll get him in. I think that'll happen eventually.
But if you play to that man's strengths, he'll score goals. He'll tower over people because of his size. He's done it for that long.
Do you think he should start? Because how can we not debate that?
I think he's warranting one from what he's been doing recently. For now, I'd say no. And keep him as a plan B for when it's not working.
What a plan B?
But it's a great plan B. It's an absolutely great plan B when you can't play football anymore.
It's probably a unique player in the league for just being different.
100%. I can't think of another. Obviously, you've got your Lukaku, who's quite big, but it's not in the same beanpole crossing some box way.
No players like him in the league. I kind of agree. It pains me to say, but I still don't think he should be starting because ultimately he's just too slow over a 90-minute period where you need to press. Mm-hmm. The only way I can see Crouchy starting if he started up front with someone else with a bit of pace.
But that doesn't
but that's not going to happen.
We're not going to drop the formation.
Ultimately, I don't think he will, which is a shame. But you know, what a plan B to have.
It's a great plan B.
And I'm reluctant. You know, you've got your starters, you've got your subs. I almost like the idea of Crouchy being in the middle of them too. That he's an early sub. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know, bring him on 65-ish. I think he's the first sub you go to if it's not going right. And he'll do something.
I'm going to throw something in completely from left field here.
Okay.
But after the performance on Match of the Day, Gary Lineker asked him, England? And he replied with, well, I never retired. Never retired from international football.
With a wry smile.
World Cup coming up. We've obviously got... No.
Hear me out. I'm going to agree.
Okay, hear me out. So we've got a lot of the same striker in your Vardy's, your Sturridge, your... Harry Kane's a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But again... Say we need a plan B. Say nothing's working out. Do you go with the biggest fucker around and do you put him in the England squad?
I agree. And for any non-Stoke fans that listen to this podcast, which will probably be none, they will be laughing their heads off at the thought of Crouch getting an England recall. Let's face it, it won't happen. But
it'll never happen.
I completely agree with that. When you go to World Cup or the Euros, your squad is often filled with a lot of players just filled for the sake of it. You know what I mean? You've got like 5 strikers. Deep down, one of them's never going to get on. Why not fill that with someone that genuinely is different, unusual? I think it'll never happen, but I do think it makes sense to go with a completely unconventional striker that really can alter the game just through being different. Not necessarily better, but just different. It'll never happen. But I don't think it's the weirdest thing in the world. It's a plan B.
It's not the most mental shout in the world. I'm not speaking like a crazy person here.
I don't think it is. And I feel a little bit the same about Andy Carroll. I might get stick from this from Stoke fans now, but I do think Andy Carroll, when on form, is such a different type of player for modern day football. He's strong, he's massive, he can bully people. I don't think Andy Carroll's the worst shout on as a plan B or C during an international tournament, but more so Crouchy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Do it.
Well, that's why I raised
It'll
never, ever, ever, ever happen. But
Defoe got a recall at what, 34?
Yeah,
but he was scoring a
lot of goals.
Yeah,
you never know. I can't see it from a manager like Gareth Southgate. I don't think he's got enough balls on the line to sort of do that sort of move. He can only just. He's still playing Joe Hart.
I think Crouch have to score at least 12 Premiership goals, at least to even be remotely in the
considered.
Remotely, but even then, probably not.
Let's hope there's like some daft injuries, like Vardy's out, Defoe's injured.
Get rid of him.
He's the only one left.
That'd be amazing.
Let's get him in.
Yeah.
So from the game at the weekend, your best performers?
Shaqiri's
up there.
Shaqiri's up there. Zuma just continues to be an absolute
beast.
Man mountain, doesn't he?
Absolute beast.
And the thing all Stoke fans keep saying is, we can't get him in the summer, can we? Because obviously it's been dashed. He signed his new Chelsea contract. Everyone's like,
he signed a 6-year deal.
He's taking a cheeky 20.
I saw an article. I think it's an article from the Sentinel saying they might try a cheeky bid, but it's just never.
Might as well try it. But
try. It's never happening. He's still a young defender in the game. You know, he's got a 6-year deal. You're talking, for me, I think you're talking 50-60 million.
Probably this.
And we're not paying that. We're not paying that. We're not paying 30 million.
No,
for a defender.
The only way in this absolute fluky chance we might get Zuma is if we sell Jack for 40-50 plus, and maybe we swap
deal.
But they've got caught up now. What happened? No, not gonna happen.
It's not happening.
Yeah, Shaqiri was good. Zuma was
Crouch
good.
obviously came on, did well.
Crouchy, lovely. Juve, brilliant. Yeah, Berahino had a good game despite the penalty miss. Peters was better. I describe Peters' season so far as consistent. I know he gets a lot of shit and he was poor last year, but I don't think he's been that bad this year. Elliot's not saying anything. You're not a fan, are you? You know, comment on
you know I'm not a fan of it.
But I'm not saying he's been a worldie now, but I think he's been consistently okay anyway. Consistently shit, just consistently okay. Joe Allen, I always have a little moan about Joe Allen, don't I? I think he grew into the game, but and
today he's been named as Wales Fans Player of the Year.
Does that includes the Euros from last year? Which that makes sense. That's fine. They can have that. I just think he. I'm going to bore people that listen to this. I'll say it once more. Probably not once more. I'll say it again. I just think he's a tad sloppy in the tackle. You've heard me say it before, so leave it at that. I don't hate him, but if a bid come in with,
like Swansea were proposing,
15 plus, I'd certainly listen. Yeah.
Apparently we turned down 20.
Well, that's insane. If we did,
apparently.
I don't hate on him too much because I think he has got qualities. But
Swansea instead got in Renato Sanchez on loan from Bayern Munich, and I have to say I've watched the past couple of Swansea games and he's been fucking awful.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
He's been absolutely woeful.
Always the way when you get these players coming over on loan to revive the career, they don't. I don't know. They see it as a step down, a stepping stone. They don't quite give it their all, do they?
It's weird. It's weird. Obviously, we've covered the games off now, but I want to sort of get your thoughts on this clip from last night. So Charlie Adam, as we've said earlier, was on 5 Live. Now, there's been a bit of debate about this, of what Charlie's actually said. But BBC 5 Live tweeted in quotation marks, Charlie Adam had a chat with Delph about joining Stoke.
Yeah.
In the quotation marks, 5 Live tweeted, they said, I told him, if you come to Stoke, you'll enjoy it, but why would you leave Man City? Okay? Mm-hmm. There's been an argument on Twitter, people saying, no, he was saying the second bit of that sentence to the studio, asking the studio, but why would you leave Man City? Other people, even myself, I think that's still the same conversation.
Yeah.
Okay? Charlie Adam was actually asked, did you convince Delph to leave or not? Did you convince him to stay? And Charlie Adam replied, I did not convince him to stay, but I told him you could fight for your chance. So for me that says, but let's play the clip anyway for anyone who's not heard it. I've got it up here because it's an interesting one for me, because if you're employed by a club, should you be saying these things? Should you be? And at the end of the day as well, you've got to think that's be coming in for Charlie's position.
Yeah,
let's listen to it anyway.
I knew we were linked to him in the summer, and he was going to come to us. And I actually met him at that game against. Well, I went to watch Everton Man City, and I spoke to him and asked him what he was thinking, and he said that Guardiola was happy for him to stay. And to be fair, I said to him, if you come to us, you'll enjoy it. But why would you leave Man City? With the amount of games they play, the injuries they get, you're going to get an opportunity. He's still a young player. He's probably not.
So that's the sort of the bit.
It does allude to the fact that again, you said that he was saying the latter part of that sentence towards the studio, but it certainly alludes to the fact that
I said to him, "You'll enjoy it, Stoke, but why would you leave Man City?"
No, I mean,
there's no point where
it strongly suggests that that's what he did advise him.
People have taken it different ways, and there's will never probably be clear of it now. But for me, if you're employed by a club, I just think it's quite naive to come out and say that on the radio.
I completely agree. I mean, even if the quotes, or rather what Charlie Adams said there has been, he was a bit confused and said it wrong. Just shut up. Well, but A, don't say it on air, and B, if it is the case that he did dissuade him to a point during Stoke, even to a fraction, a tiny point. What's he playing at? I really like Charlie Adam, both as... There's not many left now, but both as a player. I do think he's a good player. And also as a personality, I think he generally represents the club in a good light. But without knowing the ins and outs of that conversation, from the evidence I've got, it's daft, isn't it?
Well, it's following on from...
It's really
daft. I can clearly see that... we can all clearly see that Charlie's coming to the end of his footballing career.
Premiership career, anyway.
Premier League career, at least. But he's definitely 100% preparing for a career in media, and maybe he should, because he speaks quite well. He knows a lot about the game. He's played at the highest level, which is completely fair enough. I can completely understand that. But he's been on the radio 5 Live a couple of times now, and one of them a couple of months ago, which again was riled up a few Stoke fans, probably including myself, was saying about how Man City should buy Jack Butland.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Of course.
So
I forgot about that. That changes everything.
This is another one that's like people who were saying, "Oh no, the conversation changed," and he was asking the questions to the studio. I don't think he was. I think it's still the same conversation. He's not afraid to come out and say these things that are probably against what a lot of Stoke City fans would say publicly.
Yeah.
Like, would you go on the radio and say Man City should buy Jack Butland? No, because you want him to stay for as long as possible. You won't even go out there and put it into the public sphere, so to say. But the thing that gets me is, it's not his first time.
No, you'd like to think that Coates, Scholes, or even Hughes would have said, "What are you playing at?" Yeah. Just take it. Did you actually? If he genuinely dissuaded Delph from coming here, that is insanely daft and frustrating, because Delph would have been fantastic in our midfield.
Well,
it sounds like it was close.
It was very close.
That's frustrating. I hope we go back for him.
But let me be completely honest here, and Charlie can say that now, and it's better to say now since what's happened. But in the past couple of games, Delph's got a game at Man City. Yeah. He scored that brilliant goal. He's got an England call up since. It probably looks at the right move, the right decision for him. Potentially, he's not gonna be starting every week, but he's had a good performance. I think he got man of the match in one game. Yeah. He scored that great goal. He's got an England call up. He wouldn't be getting that at Stoke. Maybe he would if he was starting every game.
But that's not our concern.
But we don't know that.
Our concern was that we could have had him in, maybe.
Exactly. So
let's face it. I'm sure Charlie Adam didn't put the final nail in his decision.
So Rockcliffe Files, who I follow on Twitter, great lad, actually asked him to try and clear it up. He said, "Hi Charlie Adam, enjoyed the show. Settle an argument. Did you really talk Delph out of the move to Stoke, or were you just musing to the panel?" Charlie's answer wasn't so clear. He said, "I never talked Delph out of any move, but he said, I told him he should come to us and play, but had the right to stay at Man City and fight for his place." So he says, I haven't talked him out.
He said enough, didn't he?
But he said the bit about staying and fighting for your place. And then in the rest of the clip, Charlie alludes to there's going to be injuries. It's a long season. They've got Champions League football.
Yeah.
So
he said enough.
For me,
we can confirm that. Whether it was made the final call for Delph, I don't know, but it's daft, isn't it?
And it's frustratingly daft. I got pissed off. I quote retweeted the video clip and said, "You're supposed to be talking them to come the fucking club.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to talk them out of it.
Yeah.
At any cost."
It's disappointing, isn't it? And he's been great for
us.
Is
he protected his position?
Cheers, chat.
Who knows?
Imagine that. Go around to every club, every potential transfer, and dissuade them from coming. Jesus. Charlie Adam. You're playing that.
Yeah, fuck those.
You're playing that.
A bit of props to the club. A news story that came out this week. I was going to say something. I can't say that. They've made a dementia room, and also for autistic people at the ground, a glass window, disabled access.
Love that.
Brilliant initiative by the club. I'm not sure if it's an initiative because I know Watford already do it. I think they do.
So how does the dementia room work? Do you know that? Sorry, putting on the spot there. But
let me have a look.
Yeah, I mean, naturally we're assuming here it's
so
to support those
Stoke have created a room specifically for people with dementia or autism. It's glass fronted and wheelchair accessible. Okay. So it's just where everyone can congregate. They've probably got I don't know, some people who can deal with those situations.
Yeah, so maybe a bit intimidated by the noise. And
like if you're just sat in the crowd, I imagine that's not a great place.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I love all that.
It's fantastic.
You know what? Whilst we're here as well, we'll tip our hats to the new disabled bays at the ground.
Oh, they're brilliant.
They're amazing. They're always like full as well. They look packed, and it shows there's demand there, which is a shame that potentially disabled fans weren't getting that experience. And I think I saw a quote actually from a wheelchair bound fan that was, I think he said something like in the 10 years or 20 years we've been at the Britannia or Bet365, he'd never seen a penalty scored because every time people would stand up in anticipation for the spot kick to be taken, he'd missed it. Right? It's shocking. Shocking. So I mean, it's late and overdue, but we got there eventually. So, but hats off, to these additions to the ground. It's really good. A little good news story like that.
It is, and I can't commend the club enough for doing things like that. And I wish we did more.
Yeah,
I wish we did more things off the pitch because I still feel there's so many places we're lacking.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of the community work, to be honest with you, but yeah,
I still think there's a lot more
common,
we could do.
Really.
I still think there's a lot more we could do. With I don't mean things in the community. I just mean off the pitch. Card payments at the ground, the club social media, all that sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
the stuff that I get really pissed.
But you're a social media bod. That is your job.
Oh, that is my.
You see the flaws.
Hate my pet.
You do hate it. I'm not that bothered myself, but I can appreciate why we need it.
But yeah, I'm trying to help the club. I'm trying to help the club. Like we haven't posted a thing on the YouTube channel for 3 months now.
Have we not?
No, because we've got Stoke City. We've got Stoke City Plus. So apparently, drive it all to the website, but they just don't understand that the YouTube channel's going to die or. The Twitter, I don't want to get into it. So I'm just slating the club.
It does piss me off.
It does piss me off. It massively pisses me off. When I know, because of obviously the job I do, what area I work in, I know how valuable this is. And when you're just not doing that, it's a detriment to the club. So when we go in the training kit, for example, right, Man City, big clubs can go right. YouTube, we get this many views. Through videos around the training kit, training sessions, through other content that we do with the players, out of game, we have this many views. You can go into a kit deal or a training kit deal and go, right, we've got this. And say, right, this is an extra bit. It's not you can get another sponsor. People have.
It's like Man United have a different
training kit sponsor. You could go and do this, and the club are literally losing money.
I do agree. I remember years and years ago, my mate, James Alcott, whose wedding it was, he QPR fan. I remember at least 10 years ago, he used to pop onto the QPR YouTube, and there's loads of features, like just silly daft stuff, like player quizzes and just quite interactive, fun stuff. I used to go on Stoke's one. It's just like, it's crap.
Well, it says
there's nothing. This is 10 years ago.
There's been nothing posted for 3 months since the Darren Fletcher signing, and that is shocking for a Premier League club. Absolutely shocking. I know we've got Stoke City Plus, but again, that's a backward step. We're just driving people to the website. What's like? It's not great. It's not gaining much. Whereas if you hosted all this content on your social channels for them to grow and. I could get into it for days. I can't even step in anymore. I'm not on the sports council.
Are you not?
No.
Why not? Can we go into that?
You just don't go into it. Yeah, I didn't go. I didn't think anything was getting listened to, and stopped going, and then
knocked it on the head.
Inadvertently kicked off.
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened there? Can we go into that?
Yeah, if you want. If you don't go, they have a chance to sort of vote you off. And
you get voted out.
Didn't turn up. Yeah,
bloody hell, scandal. The Stoke City Supporters Council.
It's not scandal. I just don't think a lot of things get listened to. And the prime one was when people were asking about a fan zone for people to congregate. We've seen great examples of that.
Crystal
Palace, and they said supporters are reminded Delilah's bar's open.
No, £2 to get in there.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. There's a lot of things off the pitch, but we do have to commend the club for the dementia room because that's brilliant. The step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I can moan as much as I want about Twitter and social media, and it is a detriment to the club they're not doing it. They haven't even got a Snapchat account, which pisses me off.
Even I've got one.
Even you've got
I'm
one.
not very good on social
You're not
media.
a social
I
person.
think I've done 2 Snapchats in my life.
But that's, I know I've strapped the media team are, but it says a lot that we've got. The media team are that strapped. We're a Premier League club.
Well, you think the money coming to the club, you'd like to invest in the infrastructure of everything, whilst we've got this opportunity,
and we still can't pay card at the ground.
Yeah, that does me head in. Get a queuing system whilst we're at it, Stoke.
Or as we're just throwing all this out there, I know the reason that they can't get that one. Apparently, it's the infrastructure. But if you pay for that, people can spend more money at the ground. Surely it makes sense. I go there, and if I've got no cash, I'm fucked. I want to get a pie.
Feels very backwards.
I want to get drinks.
The amount of times I've, about 45 minutes, I fancy a beer, a pie, whatever, and thought, nah, not worth it. You'll miss start the second half. Yeah. Every single game that happens.
The queuing system is pretty bad. Right, we've had a bit of a slate there.
I do love the club, though.
We all do.
I do love the club.
Checker Trade Trophy tonight. What do we think about that competition? Just fuck it off.
I don't know. I'm surprised that the format remained after the barrage of abuse it got last year, but I don't know. It still doesn't feel right to undermine the value of a competition that served Stoke well in the past. I would have never visited the old Wembley if it wasn't for the windshield or whatever it was back then, when we beat Bristol City 2-1, Fawn and Kavanagh. And I feel like it's a shame. It does undermine a trophy that means a lot to clubs in the lower leagues. I don't just mean in a patronising sense, as I've said. Clubs like Stoke have won that, and it did mean something at the time. Yeah, it's a load of bollocks, if I'm honest. I don't agree with it. It's not fair. It undermines the competition. It undermines clubs not having it.
And we've got Adam and Affleck playing in it tonight.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
It's just weird.
It's just odd. I don't understand.
I think Rochdale will do us over, if I'm being honest. Rochdale are playing pretty well.
We love playing Rochdale these past few years, don't we?
Just loving Rochdale.
We got on in the league. Was it the FA Cup a few years ago? The Bojan game. This year, of course. How completely off related, sorry to hijack. How ironic was it that we played Rochdale almost 20 years to the day in the League Cup? The first ever game of the
first ground.
I know that was like a few months ago, but weird, isn't it?
Strange.
Very strange. I was about to say that.
Right, let's go into the questions. Let's go into the fan questions.
Love this.
So, Billy Snow says, do either of you play FIFA?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. I've not got the new one yet, but
I just brought the new one on Saturday.
How is it? Same, probably.
Defending is really hard.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't defend. I can never defend on FIFA. That's my problem.
I'm usually not blowing my own trumpet, but I'm pretty good.
All right, tell you what I'm going to do then right now. The best computer football player I've ever played is my older brother Lee. He's bizarrely good on it. So I'll get him a game against you.
Yeah, get Lee.
He's really, really good at FIFA.
But I don't gameplay him at the new one. I can't do that for love nor money.
Well, Lee's not got it. So you can go on 17 for now.
Yeah, let's do that.
I do play FIFA, yeah.
Stephen Roberts says the worst player you've seen that turned out for Stoke in the Premier League.
That's a wicked question.
For me, it is Breck Shea. He won. He looked like he'd won a competition against Fulham.
Yeah, he was bad.
He was
Fulham specifically. Yeah.
Awful.
Did he win the penalty though?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't know. He was shit. Don't get me wrong.
He was absolutely dog shit.
I got first season under Pulis, a centre half. I'm not going to get the name. Amdi Faye,
not Abdullah.
Not Abdullah. Amdi. He was crap. Vincent Perricard featured in the Premiership. Blackburn Rovers away. He got battered 3-0. But Breck Shea's a good shout actually. What happened? Who was scouting him?
I'm going for Breck
Jeff
Shea.
Cannon, I reckon.
Right. Louis Eccleston says, is Joe Allen back to being Jesus?
Not for me.
No, I don't think so. Not just yet.
No,
one good
I
game.
hope he does for now.
One good game.
I won't go there again.
Get some goals again, Joe.
Yeah.
We can sell more of those Allen no party t-shirts.
Flew off the shelf.
Owen Harmon says, why can't Berahino score? And don't give me this rubbish about service into the box when others can find the net. How many chances is this donkey going to get?
Brutal.
Harsh, brutal.
Very brutal.
Brutal, Owen, that is.
We'll get back on to last season. He was unfit. He was very unfit. He struggled. This season, I don't think he's been given much of an opportunity as yet. So give him the opportunity and we'll really see. I will really pass honest judgment in 6 to 8 weeks if he had consistent time in the team. Then I'll be honest. If he doesn't do it, fine. But I don't think he's been given the chance in peak shape as of yet, which I've said a million times. Sorry to keep going on.
Okay. I think, as Craig said, just give him a few more games maybe.
Yeah.
Liam Cope, best goal you've seen us score since we've been in the Prem? I know mine straight away. I'll let you go though.
Oh, it's Crouchy's, isn't it?
Yeah, that's mine.
Crouchy.
v Man
Notable
City.
mentions to Fuller at West. Fulham at West Ham away was a good one.
Fuller against Aston Villa.
And
first
Fuller
game.
against Birmingham.
Yeah. A lot of Fullers here.
But Crouchy. That was phenomenal.
Yeah,
To see a
Man
man of
City.
that height do that. It's just bizarre.
Unreal.
Loved it.
Ben Cotton asked a strange one. He says, how long can we keep hold of Crouchy? I'm not sure if he means how long until he has to move, or...
I think what he's assuming is...
he's got another 1-year deal.
I think he's... I'm correct me if I'm wrong. What's his name?
Ben.
But I think he's alluding to the fact that if he continues to keep chipping in with goals, Crouchy might get to the point where he's like, well, I'm not starting. I deserve to be starting.
And he could go to
somewhere else.
A newly promoted.
Exactly, yeah. He might go to Brighton or... I don't know. Somewhere like that. It's a good point. Is Crouch willing just to rest on his laurels and accept he's a bench player regardless, or does he? I don't know. I don't really know the answer to it, but I know what you mean.
Okay.
I do know what you mean.
For me, yeah, I think as long as he keeps scoring, he'll keep getting offered a one-year deal, and I think he'll get one past this season if he carries on.
Yeah, I hope that he accepts that the bench is generally what he's going to get from a Premiership club, and just stick with us for his 40s. I want to see Crouchy at Stoke in his 40s. That's my goal.
Northwoodian at Potter2207 says, why is Hughes so against 4-4-2, especially at home? More solid with 4 actual defenders and more chance of scoring with 2 strikers.
I don't know. I called for 4-4-2 a lot last year, and it didn't happen. We've tried.
I think Hughes has sold himself into this 3-4-3.
It seems to be the trend, doesn't it? And I don't want to assume that he's following the trend, but it is frustrating that it just emerged. All of a sudden, this is the thing that wins the league, and all of a sudden, everyone's doing it. I do agree, though. I really want to see 4-4-2, but we're not going to.
No, I don't think
we're not going to.
I
don't know why.
No time soon. Tom Latham says, looking at the team now, where do you think we need to strengthen in January, and what's your opinion on Kurt Zouma for 40 million? Well, like I said before, I don't think Chelsea are selling Kurt Zouma at any cost, any sale, and 40 million I think is cheap. If we could pay 40 million, if Coates and the boys were willing to put it in the back pocket, I'd pay that.
I just feel uneasy about that. Stoke played for it. I think the only reason I'd remotely consider that as an option if, like I say, Jack went for 50 and we generally have got this money available, maybe, and only maybe then. We need to strengthen wing backs. As much as I bigged up Juve and thought Peter's doing okay, wing backs.
No, I'd still buy wing backs.
Still
buy a wing back on both sides.
I
think that's what we're missing, actual wing backs.
Yeah, we've said this since I've been on Bearpit actually. I still think we're missing an out and out winger, a Matty Everton down the line winger. Get a ball in the box. I've not seen them since Matty. Maybe a defensive midfielder, because I'm not overly convinced by Joe Allen, as we know. But yeah, winger, fullbacks.
I messaged Matty the other day.
Did you? How's he doing?
About getting a certain player on the podcast.
Oh, did you? Positive response?
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Don't
want to give much away.
Yeah, I know you're on about that, I think.
Father Damo Lennon says Jaffa Cakes or Monster Munch. Monster Munch for me.
Bizarre comparison.
One's sweet, one's savoury. Monster Munch for me.
But Jaffa Cakes, but then I might be in a savoury mood, then it's a void argument. Jaffa, if they're just there, Jaffa Cakes.
Yeah.
That's a bizarre comparison, but yeah, cheers.
Sean Lockett, we couldn't understand this question when it came through off air, but are you sober now, Craig?
I don't know. Apologies, I don't know. I don't think I know who Sean Lockett is, or maybe I did. I feel bad. Did he see me drunk or something, or do I just look drunk when I'm doing this?
No idea. Well, the picture I put up was that. I don't know if that means you were drunk.
I look a bit ambient on that picture, but clarify yourself, Sean. Have you either seen me drunk before, or do I just look drunk in that picture?
Have you seen Craig roaming the streets drunk somewhere?
Yeah, I've done that for ages.
And last question, but it sort of goes into what we were going to follow on from after the questions. The international break. Jackie Butland, Kieran Down says, will Jack Butland ever get a chance of being number one in the current?
It's now or never, I feel. I think if he's not number one this weekend,
fixtures this weekend,
he's obviously second or maybe third, but probably second choice in Southgate's eyes,
and that's shocking.
Yeah, I think Hart's had his chances. It's a big weekend. You know, as much as I bemoan the fact that the international breaks, I do despise them because it gets away.
I fucking hate them.
I will keep kind of an eye on this decision, and if Jack is number 2,
so England play Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah, very keen to see what happens there. He's got to be given a go if nothing else, because we're going to qualify, and this really is the last true test to see if he can do it in a competitive fixture. Because more or less post this point, can we qualify this round?
Yeah. We'll qualify with one more win, I think.
Brilliant. So give Jack a go when it actually means and matters, as opposed to a meaningless friendly against bloody New Zealand or something. Give him a go where it matters, and then you can make a proper judgment. If he doesn't do it, then it's not going to happen. And I'm gutted because I wanted to see Stoke number 1 as England number 1 in a World Cup. I really want to see that.
I'd fucking love to see Jack in there. I just don't. don't think Southgate's got the balls to drop Joe Hart as much as he should, as much as everyone in the fucking planet.
I mean, he was at the Bet365.
He was at the game. He was at the game watching him. To be fair, I don't think Jack's kicking was the best at that game.
He wasn't actually. He was poor. As much as we love Jack and bigging him up against Chelsea and Southampton, his kicking was a little bit dodgy. But it's never been that bad before, so it's just a mini blip.
No. Joe Hart did keep a clean sheet at the weekend.
Yeah.
But still, Joe Hart is in a decline. He is not England's greatest keeper. I actually saw a stat earlier on today. I'm not sure if I'm quoting this exactly right, but he's got one of the worst shot to save ratios in the Premier League. No, sorry, the worst. I don't know how we can expect any success when we persist with.
I think it makes sense purely
players.
from a looking to the future point of view. How old's Joe Hart now? Is it
31.
30? Jack's what, 24, 25? We've always say you've got to give your younger players experience at major tournaments. And it's not like we're chucking Jack in for the sake of it. He's quality now. Mm-hmm. Give him a shot at a World Cup now in preparation for the next Euro and the next World Cup. Joe Hart's not going to be there in 4 years' time.
No, definitely not.
Or 2 years' time. To do it now. Do it now whilst he's young and learning.
Start bedding him
also capable.
Start bedding him in.
It's going to be very interesting that Thursday, actually. I really eagerly watched that team first 11 announcement. And it's not Jack, no. Which is a shame.
I think Southgate ain't doing himself any favours by picking Joe Hart.
No.
No one wants Joe Hart in goal. No one. I know West Ham fans who don't.
Yeah.
Just fucking hell, just put Jack in there. Jesus Christ.
Let's wait and see, eh?
Like we were doing it at work today, the lads, like my team, were discussing the best British 11, and they had obviously all the keepers, and they said Butland, and then they were like, well, we can't really put him in there because he's not even England's number one. How can we put him above Ireland, Wales, Scotland? And I was like, he is, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
like that you're picking a British XI, but it's just fucking mental that he's, Joe Hart's still in there. I think it's crazy. From the decline he had in Italy, it was fucking awful in the Euros. Mm-hmm. The game, he made two very big errors. Yeah. He had a shit season in Italy. He's not done great this season. He conceded 12 goals in 4 games, 3 games, whatever it was.
We'll see.
Gareth Southgate just pisses me off.
We'll see.
Pisses me off. That has been the Bear Pit Pod from our new lovely scenic
in Austria or Switzerland.
In Austria.
Shaqiri's homeland. That's what it's.
There's Shaq. Oh no, it's not. It's just hanging about. Yeah. But yeah, this has been the Bear Pit Pod. We've been back. We will be back next week, even though it's the international break. Mm-hmm. We did that last time. It was the longest pod we've ever done.
It was. Yeah, we did it right. We filled it out well, didn't we? We'll chat about Jack for an hour.
We'll chat about something. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Make sure you go and find us on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Acast. Fucking smash that.
You're good at that.
Experience.
You're good at that.
Do go find us. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Leave a review. 5-star on iTunes if you do. We'll read it out next week. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you later.